Today's collectible spot, we are having a look at the DC Collectibles The Dark Knight Returns 30th Anniversary The Batman Bust Statue. Though it's a little bit smaller in size, this bust statue depicts the gritty Batman from The Dark Knight Returns, celebrating the 30th anniversary. It's hard to believe 30 years The Dark Knight Returns has been around. The front of the package shows you what the Batman bust is going to look like, at least basically from the bat emblem up. However, you get a better idea of what it's going to look like from the side here. It measures approximately 5 inches high. It's based on the artwork created by Frank Miller, and it's sculpted by Alterton, which I guess is a company that's doing this sculpting as well. The backside features some of the other characters available in statue form. There's the Dark Knight Returns Superman and Batman. There's as well the Dark Knight Returns A Call to Arms Batman, which features him on his mighty steed. Side of the package also features another side-angled glimpse of what the statue is going to look like, hand-sculpted cold-cast porcelain. And finally, on the underside, shows you just DC Entertainment, 29 West Alameda Avenue, Burbank, California, dccomics.com. Spot's going to take a break and get this opened up. When we come back, however, we're going to get a better look at the Dark Knight Returns Batman statue. There's more heading your way, guys. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. Though Batman is a little on the small side, he certainly makes up for it in a really great looking sculpt. The first thing that caught my eye that I really wanted to touch base on is I love the way that the bust has been outlined around the bat emblem as opposed to just strictly cutting it off on an angle. They stopped and actually thought around, sculpting it around the emblem. I think that's a really nice touch because it makes this emblem pop, the bat logo, as opposed to it being cut off. A really nice touch. I like that. The coloring on the bat bust here, if we want to call it a bat bust, is that of a darker gray, though there is a little bit of texturing that's been added. Also as well, it's not solely just dark gray. As you can see, there's more of a black wash that's been added around the cape area and a little areas around the underside of the bat emblem too. Face-wise, of at least the statue, we've got a more gritty, aged-looking Batman. The shorter ears, also something that's a familiar sight with that of the Dark Knight Returns. Surprisingly, though, even though his eyes are very small and squinted, the white definitely does pop on the statue. As well, the white around the teeth area also stand out. And I love how they've given the indication of that of stubble, even though they haven't sculpted it in. They've simply just added kind of a gray wash to the chin area of Batman's jawline, indicating that there could be that indication of stubble without actually going in and sculpting stubble. The cape is also a nice touch. The little folds and creases of the cape, which, as you can see from the back, does a really nice job of folding itself around. This is also a great opportunity for Spot to show you the Dark Knight Returns 30th Anniversary stamping that they've sculpted on the back there. The underside of the statue itself doesn't really have much going for it. It's just solid black, which is fine. And then on the underside of that, you've got an issue number out of 3,000 manufactured in China, DC Comics, a couple of rubber feet as well. So luckily when you put it on a surface, it's not going to scratch it at all. Even though it is small, there is a fair bit of weight to the statue too. Like, it feels like a considerably heavy piece, despite how small it may appear. Also too, with the Batman v Superman, well, I guess at the time you're watching this review, could very well now be in theaters. Little pieces like the Dark Knight Returns, I think people are now starting to go back to and want to pick up, because you can see heavily influenced the Batman v Superman designs. A lot of that taken from this guy right here. It's not too big of a piece, so you can certainly keep it on a desk. It doesn't take up a lot of space, but it's a really fantastic sculpted statue of the Caped Crusader. Today's collectible spot, we were having a look at the DC Collectibles The Dark Knight Returns 30th Anniversary. We're looking today at the bust, or mini bust, of the Caped Crusader Batman. Stay tuned, guys. Spot's going to have more collectible spots heading your way. As always, thanks for watching as you always do. I'll see you next time.